Father Alfonso Scott has a secret to longevity that he's willing to share with everyone. He celebrated his 91st birthday this past March, and a month after that, he was able to toast to his 65th anniversary of his ordination to the priesthood. But before any secrets are revealed, Father Al has one important thing to say. I don't like fame or publicity, he insists. I'm a simple priest who likes to be a servant. If I can help someone and inspire somebody, that's fine. Each day, Father Al sticks to a holistic plan that finds a balance between taking care of his spiritual, physical, intellectual, and emotional wellness. For his physical well-being, he works out 6 days a week, biking at the gym, or still doing exercise classes at the local YMCA and swimming. And he makes sure to get 8 hours of sleep every night. To sharpen his intellect, he does studies through the Great Courses program, and he also loves taking residents from the Long Beach Rescue Mission to culturally enriching events such as plays and symphonies. This came after he taught high school for 35 years at St. Monica's in Santa Monica, St. Bernard in Playa del Rey, St. Anthony in Long Beach, and St. Joseph's in Lakewood. For the emotional element, he has a monthly visit to a spiritual director to share his thoughts. And for his spiritual formation, Father Al makes sure to pray his Eucharistic Holy Hour every day, along with his breviary and 2 rosaries daily. His time in front of the Blessed Sacrament allows him to meditate on Scripture and read about his 2 spiritual role models, first being Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta, whom he met and celebrated Mass with on 2 occasions, and Bishop Fulton J. Sheen, who wrote Father Al a letter some 60 years ago. He also takes time to celebrate Mass at his home chapel or assist with Masses at nearby parishes. Father Al says that he does all this not just to exist and prolong his life. He insists, I do this to glorify God. My bags are packed, he says. I'm not afraid of death at all. I just want to serve him as long as I can. Father Al grew up attending Los Angeles' St. Paul Grammar School, also Loyola High School and Loyola University. He went to St. John's Seminary for 6 years, graduating in 1959. He's the chaplain for the Long Beach Police Department. He makes monthly visits to convalescent homes throughout Long Beach, and he continues to assist people through his own non-profit foundation called Father Al's Outreach, which he himself founded to help the poor and the homeless. I still have fire at my age, says Father Al, who is loved by the many men and women whose lives he has helped restore by the grace of God. His bags may be packed, but we hope that God leaves Father Al with us for a good while longer, since there's still a lot of souls for him to inspire. So please join me in welcoming our distinguished alumni honoree, Father Al Scott.
What more can I say? You heard it all. Thanks be to God, I'm alive and well. Despite arthritis, I cannot complain. So today, I hope that what I share with you will give you some food for thought and inspiration. First of all, I would characterize what I'm saying by the power of one person. April 1952, my grandfather, Joseph Scott, called me to his office downtown. He said, Al, I want to talk to you about something. So he said, do you ever think of becoming a priest? I said, Grandpa, I couldn't, it's too hard. So he said, just think about it. He didn't push it, he just made a suggestion. he planted the seed. September 1952, I was at the seminary for the next 7 years. One visit, one little nudge, no push, and here I am today, 65 years later. My grandfather's picture, a big painting, hangs in the recreation room at St. John's Seminary. I thank St. John's for the structure, for the discipline, and for the lessons I learned there. Well, my journey began in 1953, and I went on a vacation to Acapulco the summer before I went to the major seminary. And we were the car was driving us back to Mexico City, and the driver, it was raining, and the driver lost control of the car. The car flipped upside down. Three of us in it, the driver, myself, and one other passenger. The car was totally demolished. One time, moreover, would have gone down a river embankment, 50 to 75 feet. It would have surely been killed. We climbed out of the car, all three of us, unaided. A little scratch on my little finger, that was it. The next week, I headed for major seminary for the next 6 years. Believe me, it was hard work. At the seminary, I was not the brightest light in the class, I assure you. That's honesty, not being just humble. The canon law professor, Father Richardson, said, I've taught canon law for many years. This is the worst class I ever taught. And he said, beyond that, 3 of you did not pass the test, Scott and 2 others. That's called honesty. So for me, the seminary was very, very hard work. The best class I remember was my scripture class with Father Gilmer Gill, a wonderful Vincentian. The class was the life of Christ. It wasn't just about facts. It was about the Christ, the person. And I never forgot that class. And I kept his notes and used those the first year I was ordained. My grandfather, who was Joseph Scott, 1867 to 1958. He was born in Ireland. He often talked about his little Irish mother, simple woman of faith, who was his great inspiration. He himself studied for the priesthood of Durham, England, finding it was not his vocation. Thank God it wasn't, because I wouldn't be here today. And he came to America, to New York, taught at St. Bonaventure College for a short while. He borrowed money from Father Noonan, a priest friend of his, borrowed money for a train trip to Los Angeles, where he studied to be a lawyer. You would not believe this. He met his wife, Bertha, in the choir loft at St. Vibiana's Cathedral, where they sang in the choir. Amazing. And Bertha was a kick. She was a lot of fun. At any rate, they had 8 children, 24 grandchildren, and 2 priests in the family. What are the qualities of my grandfather? Why I admire him? Why he was my mentor, my coach. He went to daily mass. As a practicing lawyer, he made mass every single day. He had a deep prayer life. He used to read. I have a book still he sent me when I was 7 years of age. The book was called I Merit Adventure. It was an autobiography of a couple in Africa. I was 7 years old. He signed it on the feast day of St. Alphonsus Liguori, your patron, August the 2nd. I wish you love and prayers. Signed, your loving grandpa. I still have the book. He had a great love for priests. He founded the Knights of Columbus in California in 1902. He also had founded the night adoration at the Plaza Church in Los Angeles. He arranged for men from all over the archdiocese to come, spend an hour with the Lord. He also worked with the underprivileged. He wasn't a lawyer just for the rich. He helped a lot of poor people who couldn't pay. He had a great healthy lifestyle, diet, exercise, positive outlook on life, loved family, remember our family parties in Pasadena House at Orange Grove Avenue. We had mariachis, we had banquets, food, children, everything, and a yearly picture on the front porch with all the grandchildren, all the family, to celebrate family life. He always had a joy. He was always positive. And also, finally, the thing remembered me most, he had great courage to speak the truth. He was a great orator. He spoke at the Eucharistic Congress in the 1930s. And I remember one time going to one of his birthday parties at the Biltmore Hotel. At that time, communism was raising its ugly head. And he mentioned by name a university in the area. He said, to think that there are professors at this university who tell the students there's no God. And he said, yet George Washington got down his knees at Valley Forge and prayed to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That he was not politically correct, but he didn't care. Like Mother Teresa, he spoke the truth. And for that, I admired him immensely. So finally, about his death, he worked almost until he was 90 or 91. He fell on the street of Los Angeles, broke his hip. He went to Queen of Angels Hospital, which is now the Dream Center. And when he was there, the nurse told my father, Judge Scott, she said, I've been a nurse for many years. I'm not a Catholic. I never saw anybody die like your father. He was in a coma, head on the pillow. All of a sudden, he looked up. There was a crucifix at the foot of the bed. A big smile came across his face. He put his head back, and he died. Wow. My grandpa taught me how to live, how to die. And I leave you this one thought, that today, parents, grandparents, all you people who are here today, try to remember, we need more priests, sisters, brothers. And if you would look at the eye of the young people you work with, and maybe catch a glimpse of something of greatness in them, and they have it, make a suggestion, as Grandpa did for me in 1952. Ask them to think about a life of dedication, priest, sister, or brother. You never know what might happen. One visit, 10 minutes or so, and here I am today, because of a grandpa who cared about me and took the time of day to give me that little plus and push. So Grandpa, I conclude with this wonderful thought. You were the wind beneath my wings. You are the one who will give me the joy of being who I am today, a priest still happy, still working, and grateful for everything that God has given me as a priest. Meister Eckhart, a Dominican theologian and mystic, once said, when you pray, only 2 words are necessary. Thank you. Thank you. So tonight I say, in echo of him, thank you.